why running, what makes this, what it is. And I would tell you that God gave me strong legs, strong lungs, strong heart, and there's really no excuse. And if I can be an example, or I should put that to work in a physical way, meaning, why can't I run? Andrew can't run. And so when things get hard sometimes, and I don't want to get up early to go for a run, or, man, I really don't want to do a 22-mile training run today, I think of everything that Andrew has to go through every single day. And then all of a sudden, guess what? It's not as hard. It's just something I love. I love him like a brother.
We have what's called conversations that, just as we call it, stay on the road. I really know Ross and he knows me on an intimate level because we've gotten to know each other well, but mostly we've gotten to run together.
Inclusion is often an extra little effort that it takes to have someone who otherwise might experience some barrier to an activity, have that barrier be overcome.
He always took interest in what I was doing.
One time he said, would you be interested in running in the Rock and Roll Marathon?
I finally said, look, if you want to run with me, we'll figure out a way. This will be our third year completing the marathon.
And to be honest, I didn't want to do it at the beginning. As we've grown and done it several times and did the training runs and were able to be on the road and talk about life, I really started enjoying it too.
It's not easy for Ross or Andrew to run in the marathon. That sounds so silly and obvious. They sacrifice a lot to make it happen.
Running a marathon while pushing a full-grown person is really something that's very difficult and special.
For Andrew to sit in that running chair for 3 or 4 hours of the marathon, it's grueling for him as well.
It is a choice to be my friend, right? Because it takes a lot of effort. I don't drive, I have visual impairments, I have things that I need help with, and that really, to me, is a sacrifice.
We know a lot of families who have special needs kids. Those special needs kids don't have a close friend, somebody who would disadvantage themselves, basically, for that physically challenged or special need child.
I think everybody who has a disability, or most people, I shouldn't say everybody, have a sense of at some point some isolation or some loneliness. It's really how you deal with it and overcome that. Being included as a kid was so important for me. I really realized at a certain point that I could bring a little bit of that joy of doing those types of other activities to a larger group of kids.
Our partnership with the Believe It Foundation has really grown. We were gifted some adaptive bicycles.
It's really taken a piece of equipment and used it to bridge the differences between typical students and special needs students.
It's also formed a relationship between the two that really goes far beyond the classroom.
You have the ADA and everything's adapted, but that's not necessarily inclusion.
True, full inclusion is when that relationship builds. Both sides are enriched by the process.
It's not easy. It's not. It takes work. But the benefits of the work is priceless.
Once you build a relationship, then it can last, forever.
We find that we don't implement a lot of inclusive practices out of fear. I think we need to change that mindset, that others will see that it is truly a real benefit to the community at large.
If we can just be an example for folks to say, why can't I do that? Well, I can do that. Why not me? I think that's great.
He inspires a lot of kids who have disabilities. They look up to him. They like to hear of his life experiences. It gives them hope.
It was a really tough course.
It's such a rewarding deal to be able to finish, but to be able to finish with the guys that I did, it's awesome.
It was a good race.